when you decided to retire from skateboarding and you went into the film thing, I feel like you were hyper focused on that. Like you were, because now you're into photography, right? You always have been, but
this year is 20 years of photography.
20 years.
Yeah.
That's,
20 years.
And
again, another offshoot of skating.
There you go.
Something creative clicks for most skateboarders to some degree or another.
Right.
And it's really interesting to me that you don't hear of many, and this is no disrespect to accountants. I have one. I think you all do.
Sure.
But you don't hear many like accountants or sort of, drop that and become a painter or a musician. When you do hear it, that's super, like everybody should, as cliche as it is, follow whatever instincts you feel, whatever passion you have for whatever. You genuinely have to follow that. If you fail, cool. At least you tried and you weren't so scared that you didn't try at all, right?
Sure, sure.
But it's no coincidence to me that many skateboarders have shows like this, or they put out a record, or they've gone to become filmmakers.
Right.
Greg Hunt, Spike, Jacob Rosenberg, these guys, musicians, right? It kind of goes with the territory. Designers, actors, fashion designer, whatever.
Artistry.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Agree.
It makes sense.
Agree. Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was kind of just in that headspace.
Right.
Oh, acting's fun. Okay, I'll try that. And then I got really into film, and I started buying cameras and started getting more and more into photography and started publishing books. And so it just all plays off of the skateboarding thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so fun.
Don't you work with Raymond Molinar on...
Ray's the good homie.
Yeah.
Man, that guy can still skate. Do you ever watch his clips?
gnarly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Big fan.
What? Like, he'll just, like, switch... He'll get out of the car and we're just skating some curve, and us old dudes are slapping, and he'll do like a switch dealio.
And you're like, cool
and
dealio.
I'm like, man, that's a great dealio. But yeah, he's gifted that great photographer too. So yeah, we do a lot together with Film Photographic, and the books we put out, we work on those together. He's a longtime shooter as well, and a great skater. Really, really talented skater.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan.
How did you get connected with him on that?
He was with Stereo for a minute.
Oh, that's right.
Before they started Weekend.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
And then he was shooting photos already. I was like, rad, and we connected on that.
Sick.
So
Yeah.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good skater.
So when you get hyper focused on something like you were, that acting, photography, does then like acting take a back seat, or do you try to do both, or because sometimes like how do you juggle?
Now
or do you
I'm
juggle?
52 in April.
Oh,
right.
hey.
So now all the lanes are merging,
Got
which is
it.
super rad.
Love it.
Okay. So I moved to Texas with my family for 4 years, and I just checked out of all the acting stuff.
Got you.
My wife started her business. I did some exhibitions. I published a couple photo books. I did a little bit of voiceover work remotely from Dallas.
Amazing.
Because they can patch you in.
Yeah.
Right? We had a couple more kids. It was super rad. We're back in LA. It's 2 or 3 years now. Got a new manager, got a new agent. Developing some TV shows, starting to play that game again, which is fun. It's, creating material and working with some writers and kind of getting into developing some projects.
Amazing.
While still shooting and while skating and working with Chris on Stereo.
Right.
So, sometimes again, like I'm just going to Texas for 4 years and we're just going to bounce and kind of just do that for a minute. And now everything's kind of blending in a really cool way.
Nice. Did you go to Texas as a retreat, or like, hey, this is like my final place, and then you got back into like, hey, maybe there is something.
Well, we didn't really know, but it was 4 years, and it was like time to come back.
Right.
Yeah.
But we had some property, and we have a lot of great friends out there.
Amazing.
And it was nice to just kind of check out.
Retreat. Yes.
Right?
Sometimes
Ride the
I wish I could
motorcycles
do-
down the pasture. And
Do you have any animals?
we had chickens.
Chickens?
That's it.
Okay.
And I had a tractor. I cut my own grass.
Yeah.
And we rode our motorcycles around the pasture and just really worked on the photos.
Kind of what a great life, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just
Too many snakes, too many spiders, too much humidity, too much heat.
Oh.
It was time to get back after 4 years. Yeah.
Dude, snakes?
Oh yeah, man. Snakes, spiders. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The Texas humidity, ain't nobody got time for that.
It's tough,
It's
right?
no joke, dude.
It's bad, man. It's bad. It's really bad.
And that's in Dallas, or right outside
Yeah,
of
North
Dallas?
like outside of Denton. Yeah,
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
outside of Denton.
So
Yeah,
now
but
everything's
that was fun.
merging
Yeah, that's
together,
what I kinda
and that's
feel like.
amazing. I love
So
that.
maybe there, time away from things is
Good.
is necessary.
I think it's
sometimes.
healthy. I think it's healthy.
And then when it feels right, things kind of just find their way back, or they start to blend, and you go, okay, I'm at a place now to where I can kind of juggle things, and
right.
it feels rad to like skate, do a bunch of emails with Chris and the stereo artists, and then I'm working with Ray on some photo book stuff, and then I'm working with my wife. We're developing some TV series,
Amazing.
a couple shows that we've got sort of in development. So working on that, and then being a dad and doing school drop-offs and laundry and stuff like that.
Right? Laundry.
Yeah, so that's that's kind of where we're at now.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're writing a show with your wife right now?
We are working on 2 shows, and then with another writer and director, a director that I worked on Earl with a bunch, we are developing a different show.
Wow.
So it's a long process. So you want to
For
have as
sure.
many as many what's the saying, pots on the stove,
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
because that industry moves ridiculously slow from conception to a show getting on the
Yeah.
air.
What is that? How does
We-
It
couple
could be
years.
it could be
Well,
3 years.
what is
we,
that?
we heard it with Squid Games, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was like the Squid Games. I mean, that was like
Oh, it'd been around for a minute.
years. This guy was trying to get his thing made.
Oh, it's
Over 10
not
years, yeah.
uncommon
Over 10
for
years,
something
probably.
to even take 10 years.
But I also do think that going back to Texas and doing all that, and now everything's kind of lining back up. It's like timing.
Yeah.
Timing is everything.
Appreciate timing. That's it.
It's
It's
everything.
important. Yeah, appreciate timing.
If
for
something's
sure.
not happening now, it's just not the right time.
Yeah, that's right.
And and when it happens, that's the right time.
Yeah, age is a double-edged sword, man. It really is.
Yeah, right.
Because on one end you're closer to death, which sucks. But on the other end, you're just
Guys are laughing
somebody
back
like
there.
that back there.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like you do become. You do become something that maybe you just weren't before. I remember Cameron Crowe used to write for Rolling Stone as early as 17 years old, and that's what Almost Famous is about, his life story, right? And I'm a massive Bowie fan. I did that Bowie board back in the day that Mark McKee did.
Sure.
And I was like, when I met Cameron and I got a part in Almost Famous, which was like super life-changing, one of my first questions was like, what's Bowie like? Like, does he, I know you interviewed him. What did he say when you asked him about like Ziggy Stardust and all that?
It wasn't about the movie. You just got cast.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
about
Cameron goes, oh, Bowie told me he didn't remember any of that stuff. Like, it's like looking at a different person.
right.
Yeah.
Like, so you're interviewing Bowie decades after he was 20-something in makeup and on stage playing a character called Ziggy Stardust. And so if you want to talk to me about skateboarding when I'm 18 years old, I'm going to remember certain things, but it's almost like I'm talking about somebody else.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
18, I was 18, 30,
38 years
30
ago?
something.
Or-
Like, do you understand what I mean?
Yeah,
34, yeah.
100%.
So it's a trippy deal.
Yeah.
It's a really trippy
You're almost
deal.
looking
For
back
sure.
on somebody else's life.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know who that person is.
Yeah. There's a lot of memories. That
How old are
lost.
you now? You're
45.
dang, you look good. You at 18,
Right.
it's almost a different person there, isn't it?
1000%,
You know what I mean?
Just barely graduating high school.
Yeah. So you try to learn from it, and all
Yeah.
that. But yeah, that's it's so weird trying to walk down memory lane.
Well, that's,
when you need a cane,
I mean,
like me.
we get it all the time though, because, we do this show, we interview people, and sometimes the skater, they're like, I don't even remember what happened that day. And
Yeah.
we don't remember stuff too. And then we get the comments like, how do you guys not remember this? And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, motherfucker, there was like a long time.
All
Like,
you
am I
need
supposed
to
to
do
remember
is comment back
everything?
age.
Yeah.
Just age.
Age.
AGE
response.
period.
Yeah.
You don't have to defend yourselves. You don't have to
Yeah.
just age
Yeah.
period.
Sorry, we got-
anybody's gonna go. Good point.
Sorry, we got hit with the OLD. We got hit with we're old.
We are. old
I'm-
motherfuckers.
But it's tough to listen. It's tough to
it's-
look back and
it is.
and remember
It
every little detail because
It is
man,
really
it was a long
tough.
time
It
ago.
is
And something
really-
important to somebody else is not important to you,
Might not
and
be.
you've blocked that
And
out
do
of your
we block
memory.
stuff out too?
You know what I
Do we
mean?
do we block stuff out?
There's other memories coming in. Like it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
just sitting here talking today, you're remembering these cues from what.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh, this happened. Oh,
Yeah.
the 360 flip. Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
then this. Like, I'm
Right.
sure.
But I've already forgotten what show this is.
Yeah, this is.
Is that weird?
My name
No,
is
that makes
David
sense, yeah.
Letterman. This is,
Oh, that's Paul Schaefer.
yeah, this is Paul Schaefer.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, do you still?
Where is that like button? Right? Is it right here or right here?
just a little scroll coming down the bottom.
It's
Subscribe.
over to yeah. It's on your
on my
left.
right? It's on
No,
my
on your
left.
left.
Hey,
Yeah.
hit
Right
that
there.
button right there.
Right there.
Right
Yeah,
there.
please.
The like button's kind of like in the middle there. It's like we're kind of.
Oh, it's like
there.
right here?
Kind of.
Like
yeah,
right
and
there?
The subscribe's like over to the left.
It's like right over there. All right.